done one of these in a while, so I figured I would come online and do one. I've been meaning to go on because of an update with VIP Kid. I just really haven't had time to. I've had time, but I enjoy sometimes just sitting and doing nothing after working several jobs. Anyway, this is another little road rambling video I haven't done probably since before summer. I don't think I did one all summer like that. I have moved to a new place, and so I'm gonna live here for a while. It's actually a lot closer to where I worked. Before I had my house, I was driving, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour to work. Then didn't have to, but I moved out to the other place location when you saw me in probably my last video. I was temporarily living with my parents for like 2 months, and so that was an hour and a half. I was going to say, I was like, this is going to be good, no rent, but that's like an hour and a half from work. Plus, you don't want to live with your parents. And so, not that I don't like my parents, I love my parents. It's just, you want your independence at a certain age. You need that. And then I found this place where I'm living now, and it's only like 20 to 30 minutes from my work, which is not bad at all. It definitely beats an hour and a half, especially when I teach the night classes on Mondays and Thursday nights. Getting home at 11 o'clock and then doing it again the next morning is just not fun like that. Especially with my VIP Kid, I have them scheduled starting at 5. I don't on Thursdays because on campus, it's like last fall. I have Thursday morning, Thursday evening. Now living closer at Thursday morning, I have plenty of time to go home. I like hours and hours, not hours and hours, I shouldn't say that. I have from like, like 11:30 to like 5:30. I'm not going to sit at the school. I guess I could sit at the school and find things to do, but I can do the same thing at home. So I go home, maybe a little nap in, like a little push to get me through that night class, and then set there. But VIP Kid, if you've been keeping up with it, and I wish I was, and I might go ahead, I might do this as well, another video showing, but once I get to, I think I'm gonna wait until, I think it's like September 5th when they said it's gonna roll out. The Tigerschool now, if you're in the intermediate, that's the levels 4, 5, and 6. Used to, which they're doing it now, they wanted them to like double book them. It was 2 separate classes. You do your 25-minute part 1, 25-minute part 2. And then they're just all tied together like that. Now starting, I think September 5th was the date, 3rd, 6th, I have to look at it. I'll do another video showing the actual date it starts out. It's going to just be like our old level 7s and 8s where they're just going to keep on rolling for the full 50 minutes. There's going to be no break for that. And they announced that there's going to be a lot more interactive features to it. The way it is right now, there's no interaction. That's why you may see like a lesson have 50 slides, but you may have like 5 to 6 or 7 slides just on one activity, pushing a button and then answers popping up. So it's a little deceiving if you don't do the prep work. There's still those slides. I keep commenting, not that they have to take my suggestions or not, but there are still some of those slides in Tigerschool where, those lessons, there's only like 20 slides. And again, then you have several of those slides where it's like 4 or 5 slides for one activity. So you have to stretch that out. And then put it like a level 4. The level 4 in Tigerschool, I don't think are ready for that much. Sometimes they are. You have some that are, but most of my level 4s aren't as talkative as my level 5 and level 6s in Tigerschool. I'm trying to think how you'd compare them. I would probably compare, like, I know that if you go into the training modules, they say something else, but they may say the same thing I do, I just don't remember. But I would think of my level 4s as like my level 3s, like halfway level 3s in the major courses. And so while they are not level 2, they can do full sentences, they can understand a little bit longer sentences. They're not having that full conversation. Then again, I had some level 2s and level 3s in the major courses that were like having conversations and a lot of fun like that. They were higher level. They put them in that because of their age. And the reverse happens as well. You have some that are in level 4 that would benefit from being in the primary Tiger School, but because of their age, it's not. They're in that, and so it's very difficult. I'm still learning the route here to get from here to my job. The interstate here between Huntington and Charleston, it has a lot of accidents. There was one when I was on the way home, so I took the country route, or smaller route, and it was bombarded, and it took me much longer to get home. And then I had a little news app pop up saying, accident on I-64. I was like, oh, shoot. Which I take this route anyway, it just means it's going to be bombarded. Oh, the sun's coming out. So yeah, so if you're doing Tiger School, I've seen there's still people not being invited yet. And I saw someone in the Tiger School Facebook group saying that they sent a ticket, and the reply is just like they always do when they're getting ready to roll out something. They said they're still in the testing phases. They're still rolling out as more students do that. They said the same thing about the adult course. I remember before summer started, they anticipated everyone being invited to the summer, everyone being invited to the adult speaking course, but that hasn't happened. So I'm thinking they're not getting as many adult students as they thought. If you are, this has to do with adult learners. Engoo is no longer accepting MasterCard payments from any student. For some reason, I don't know why. A student told me this, and then I thought that's weird. And then I saw someone in the Engoo Facebook group talk about their students saying they're not going to renew their contract as a student with them because they don't have a visa. So they're not taking MasterCard from their students. So, and I had several Japanese students tell me that it's easy to get. It's not easy, but it's just like how we get one here in the United States. To get a MasterCard, you get an application, fill it out, boom, here you go. And you get your card in within whatever the window is that we normally get one here. But apparently to get a Visa card, it's a lot longer and just a more complicated process. So they're just going to say to fooey with it and not get a Visa card or whatever other credit card they're accepting. So there's going to be a lot of Japanese students not renewing Engoo because of this decision they've made. I don't think they thought that through. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind no longer taking MasterCard payments for Engoo students to pay for their classes or what. But I'm sure they had their reasons. I don't know. I noticed if you are a non-native Engoo tutor, they're giving you an extra 10 to 20 cents per class. And so, which I'm happy for because they don't pay them well at all. Even the ones who are super proficient in English, they don't pay them the native tutor rate, which is the native tutor rate is a lot. But the non-native tutor rates, I've seen some people say they get $1.70 per class, $2 per class was one of the higher ones. And some of them even come from English-speaking countries, so they actually are native English speakers. But Engoo doesn't consider that country a English native country, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of some countries that are like that on there. I want to say South Africa might be one of them. But they're not paying them the native rate, and there's a lot of native English speakers in South Africa. I don't know the reason behind that either. So, but the semester so far where I'm working at is going great. At least I think it is. This year, compared to last year, the students I have seem to be more engaging, more talkative in class. They ask more questions, and it makes class more pleasant. Not that my last group last year was unpleasant. They weren't unpleasant at all. They're very, very good students. I enjoyed having them. But it just makes class run much smoother. I think it'd be more beneficial for them when there's that kind of discussion interaction and not just a group of students staring at me and I'm left with, it does get kind of boring if they just stare at you. You're trying to pull questions out of them and So it's going a little bit better this time. I think so. Not that last year was a dumpster fire, but I'm enjoying myself a little bit more. I think my hair right here. Look at that. My hair needs to cut a little bit. Other than that, I don't know. Yesterday I went to the Goodwill and found this shirt. I'm wondering, it feels like just like a mess up. You know, like we have a store called Gabriel Brothers where they sell like shirts that have some kind of defective piece on it. And this is a man's shirt. You know, has all the features, even says like men in the tag and all that stuff. But the buttons are on the wrong side. I feel like that episode of The Office where Michael Scott shows up in a woman's suit that he swears is a man's, but it has like the shoulder pads and no pockets like in the I think women's suit pants don't have any pockets in their like men's suit pants. I've never worn women's suit pants, so I don't know. But apparently they didn't have any pockets or anything like that. The lining was kind of like flory and lacy. But he said it was in the men's section. But I guess it was like one of those instances where somebody grabbed something, didn't want it, so they just laid it to wherever they were in the store, like putting the milk or putting the toilet paper in the toy aisle because you didn't feel like going over there. And so I feel like that today. If this is actually a woman, I don't think it is, because again, it says M for men. It's not M for medium because, you know, I'm definitely not a medium person. I'm like a 2Xer. But everything's male in it. Even like the brand now, I looked it up, and it's mostly male shirts. I think there's like some female there. But I don't know. Hopefully no one notices. It's what I had to grab, and I grabbed it, and I was like, it felt awkward, so I didn't button it up. But maybe I should. So anyway, I just wanted to do a little thing. I haven't been on here in a while, and I will go on. I think they may have already updated maybe they've already updated the training course for it. So I may go in there this evening or tomorrow and see if they've updated that part. If that's the case, I may go in there. But as of now, if you're doing Tigerschool, those courses aren't updated. It's still the same. I think like September, I want to say September 5th or 3rd or 6th. One of those, it's early September, where they're switching over to where Tigerschool, the intermediate, not the primary, the intermediate, are going to be like level 7 and 8 of the major courses, where it's 50 minutes, no break. And that's going to be great because I like that 10 minutes. I can do 50 minutes at a time. And oftentimes in that Tigerschool, it's always like an awkward pause. You don't know if it's going to pause before the story, halfway through a story. Then they just show the title page of a story. Then they say, oh, to be continued. It's really weird. There's no continuity of when they break that, of when they're going to do, oh, see you in part 2. Anyway, alrighty. Have a good day. I'm going to stop for coffee.